May I introduce Dr. Mikiko Otani? Dr. Mikiko Otani is the immediate past chair of the United Nations Committee on the Rights of the Child, an international human rights lawyer and a practicing lawyer of family law in Japan, with a focus on women's and children's rights. Please welcome her to the conference.
It is my great pleasure to speak at the third annual online conference for Global Peace Education Day. The theme of the conference, Human Rights Empowering Children, is extremely relevant in the time of enormous challenges to peace of our world today. It is also timely in the context of the 75th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. As emphasized by the United Nations Secretary General in his Our Common Agenda, issued in September 2021, inclusiveness is key to address the global challenges. It is true that inclusion is the foundation of more peaceful, just, and sustainable society as envisaged in 2030 Agenda. Yet, children, despite their existence as over 1/4 of world population, have not been recognized as our partners to build sustainable peace. The preamble of the Charter of the United Nations expressed the determination to save the succeeding generations from the scourge of war. With this foundational assertion, the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed the period 2001 to 2010 as the International Decade for Culture, Peace, and Nonviolence for the Children of the World, and adopted the historic document Program of Action on the Culture of Peace in 1999. This is the document that takes a holistic and positive approach to sustainable peace and provides guidelines with concrete actions in the 8 areas. Fully recognizing the intertwined relation between the culture, peace, and human rights, the program of action emphasized the importance of human rights and placed it high as the 3rd area of actions. The program of action highlighted some of the key elements of the Vienna Declaration and Program of Action adopted at the World Conference on Human Rights in 1993 and human rights education as the most relevant in building the culture of peace. Through human rights education, we learn about our rights, but we also learn how to exercise our rights in a responsible manner. Human rights should not be exercised by negatively affecting the human rights of others, like through propaganda of hate and violence as a freedom of expression. When we are able to exercise human rights without any cost to others, it will advance the culture of peace in a big way. This is, I believe, what children should learn about peace and human rights. Children are the starting point of any society, but challenges they face daily are overwhelming. Violence against children is being perpetrated everywhere. Bullying among school children and family violence are one of the common forms of violence frequently experienced by children. Such violence negatively affects the development of a child for the rest of life. The Committee on the Rights of the Child analyzed that a respectful, supportive child-rearing environment free from violence supports the realization of children's individual personalities and fosters the development of social, responsible, and actively contributing citizens in a local community and larger society. It further says It further says that research shows that children who have not experienced violence and who develop in a healthy manner are less likely to act violently, both in childhood and as adults. Preventing violence in one generation reduces its likelihood in the next. It is true, as the committee emphasizes, protection of the child from violence is a key strategy for reducing and preventing all forms of violence in societies, and for promoting freedom, justice, and peace in the world. It is critical for children, whether they become used to violence in those places of their daily lives, such as family and school, or gain and develop our own capacities and skills to interact with others and settle conflicts in a peaceful manner. To make the world the safer place for the children with no violence, we need to start by recognizing the transformative role of children. We must ensure full and meaningful participation of children in the family, school, community, and society. It is because building peace starts from within the family, the closest environment for children. And the efforts should be made at all the places where children live their lives. Key to inclusion of children as our partners for building peace is their empowerment. Empowering children should be through teaching them human rights and peace from very early stage of their lives. By this, children will be prepared as agents of change for nonviolence and peace, and as active participants in our global village. As a matter of fact, the program of action on the culture of peace calls for actions by all actors to foster cultural peace through education for children from an early age. The education should be directed to foster the values, attitudes, modes of behaviors, and ways of life that enable children to resolve any dispute peacefully and in a spirit of respect for human dignity and of tolerance and non-discrimination. In particular, the program of action emphasizes the need to involve children in activities designed to instill in them the values and goals of a culture of peace. Ambassador Anwar Chaudhry, whose determined and skillful leadership guiding the drafting process of the declaration and program of action on the culture of peace made its consensus adoption possible, has been the inspirational symbol of the global movement for promoting the culture of peace. In his foreword to the book, Pathways to Peace, The Transformative Power of Children and Families, Ambassador Chaudhry highlighted the critical period of early childhood that provides a unique opportunity to transform the culture of war to a culture of peace. He wrote, I quote, "The events that the child experiences early in life, the education that this child receives, and the community activities and the socio-cultural mindset in which a child is immersed all contribute to how values, attitudes, traditions, modes of behavior, and ways of life develop. Early childhood affords a window of opportunity to instill the rudiments that each individual needs to become agents of peace and nonviolence." End of quote. Children mirror adults and society. Behavior of and interaction with the adults condition minds of children. Our action, behavior, way of speaking, language we use have enormous impact on younger mind. adults, parents, child care professionals, teachers, family elders, and neighbors in our community have potential to make a positive change in children's lives, telling them about compassion, respect for others, appreciating difference and diversity, and amicable way of resolving disagreement. Focusing on children and empowering children for building peace inevitably involves all individual transformation of each and every one of us. Such self-transformation of everyone will bring about collective transformation of society, which will provide the firm basis our endeavor to achieve sustainable peace. I thank you for your attention.